Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Thursday, March 27th, and we are here answering financial questions. I'm going to just plow right into this. You know the whole deal. Go to our website, jillonmoney.com, and that's where all of our information is. It's also where you can get in touch with us. If you've got a question, hit that contact us button. Let us know if you want to come on the air by checking the box. It's an email episode. Sorry, Martine, I'm going for emails. Okay, this is from Michelle, whose subject line made me laugh out loud. Can I spend an inheritance I don't have yet? That's great. Okay. Michelle says, I have a strange situation, but I'm hoping it could be relevant for anyone who is expecting an inheritance but hasn't gotten it yet. Here's what Michelle says. My father just passed away. Oh my God. And left $40 million to his second wife in an irrevocable trust. 4-0 gang. My brother is the power of attorney and the executor. We have quarterly meetings with the estate firm that handles the account, and it is conservatively invested. When the wife passes away, that money goes to my two siblings and me. No other heirs. She's only 67, but in poor health. Oh my God. This sounds like a movie. All right. I'm going to be nicer about this. Maybe she was a very nice second wife. Who knows? She's only 67 in poor health in a retirement facility. She's been in the hospital 4 times in the last year for various reasons. I've been a saver my whole life. I've lived frugally. It seems like a shame that I could be in my 60s before I get that inheritance. It will pass to my kids. So I'm thinking I don't need to save anything for them. Is that correct? If so, here are my assets. The trust is $40 million. It's irrevocable. Nothing can happen to it. So meaning that when the second wife passes away, it goes to Michelle and her 2 siblings. I think what you're saying is that eventually it passes to your kids, which is true. I just want to make sure everyone gets that. So I'm not worried about the kids, believe me. I'm worried about Michelle. Let's see if I have to worry about Michelle. Oh, I don't think so. Principal residence, California. It's worth $5.5 million. That's her house. $300,000 mortgage. There's $400,000 in a Roth, $1 million in traditional retirement accounts, $1.5 million in brokerage. No income. Michelle and spouse lost jobs during COVID. No luck replacing them. They get a little bit of freelance. Husband is 57. I'm 54. 2 kids. One is a junior in college. One is a junior in high school. $200,000 in a 529. We haven't even been using that because the trust pays all of our college bills as an advance. Oh, that's good. And the trust pays for the health insurance directly. So that's good. No new need for cars. They spend $10,000 to $15,000 a month. They really want to spend $15,000 a month. Social Security, $3,000 at age 67. Questions. How much money can we spend and not run out of money for ourselves or before I get the inheritance?
Tell me when she's going to die.
I know. This is a tough one. I want to start taking the kids on more luxurious trips. We've been frugal to this point. Can we afford to do this? I don't know how luxurious you want to do. Can they buy property in Europe? No, you cannot buy property in Europe. Should we do Roth conversions? No. Is there anything else should be? All right. So Mark, I think they can probably spend $15,000 a month. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure, but they must be pulling money out of the brokerage account, right?
I mean, there's no income, so they're getting it from somewhere.
So, but they're also not pulling money out of I don't know. Like, actually, I'm uncertain about this, to be honest with you, because it's such a huge amount of money. Is there anything else? So we don't have to worry about college. They don't have to worry about anything. But what if this lady, the second wife, holds on for a long time?
Yeah, that's the risk.
That seems like a big risk because you never know. I don't know.
I mean, what if she lives to 30 more years? Somehow.
Even 20 years, Okay. So is there any way to see in this trust, so ask your brother, is there any way that you can get an advance on the trust against your future inheritance? Maybe there's a possibility. I used to say you can't mess around with trusts, but I don't know. Everything's a document that's worth generally trying to do something with. I wouldn't want to, I mean, I guess you could spend your entire brokerage account down, but that's not going to take you that many years, right? Because she wants to spend $180,000 a year. It's like 8 years. I mean, at least if that's $180,000, they spend it over 8 years, then they are at least at, 60, she's 62 at that point. They don't have to worry about healthcare. That's good. I think the only way that you can really do this and spend like with reckless abandon and do whatever you want is selling the principal residence once the kids graduate from high school. I'm not sure that's worth it, but I would talk to the brother, the sib, and about the trust and seeing could we take any advance against the trust? If it's like a hardcore ironclad trust, then maybe you're just going to have to wait. And by the way, this is why I think people are really crazy the way they create their estate documents. Truly. I think that is a nutty, nutty thing to be doing. I mean, you could have there are a lot of ways you could have done that, by the way. Also, there are a lot of things in an irrevocable trust that make like you're getting your health insurance paid for. They're paying for college. Could they say for my well-being if I lost a job? I mean, there's probably something you could probably negotiate with this. That's what I would do. Anonymous wants to know, with the Treasury Department systems containing sensitive details, including bank routing numbers, for anyone who receives Social Security payments electronically or receiving refunds via electronic funds transfer, ACH, for income taxes, what's the risk involved for everyday Americans' checking and savings accounts if banking information is disclosed or compromised? What can we do, if anything, to mitigate these risks? I mean, we've been getting this question a ton, right, Mark? And I think that it kind of feels crappy to feel like everything is compromised. But again, what should you be doing? The number one thing I would be doing is checking my accounts a lot more often, making sure that payments show up when they're supposed to be showing up. And I think freezing your credit makes a lot of sense. If you don't need to be borrowing money, freeze your credit with the 3 big credit reporting agencies and freeze it for your kids. Can't you do that, Mark? You freeze it for your kids as well, because those numbers are out there in the universe. So I don't think there's much more to do. I really don't.
No, just have on 2-factor authorization on all of your accounts, monitor things, freeze your credit reports. I mean, that's all you can do.
That's it. Unfortunately, it's really what a unbelievable environment. Seth was recently notified that he is a highly compensated employee and he can only contribute a portion of his salary to his 401k, not the full amount. What tax advantage options do I have at this point that would be best to execute? Well, not a lot. I mean, I guess you could do a backdoor Roth every year if you don't have an IRA account outside, but that's only, $7 or $8 grand, depending on your age. And then you just plow the money into a investment account and be careful about taxes.
Unless he has an HSA.
Oh, also an HSA. That's a good one too. Good job, Mark. So smart. So good. Hi, Jill. In listening to you, it's clear you love when people have a pension. I get it. Guaranteed income is a wonderful thing in retirement. A pension paired with Social Security can, for some, cover their essential expenses. But in today's world, fewer and fewer workers retire with a pension. That's true. There's another kind of pension. Anyone with retirement savings. Oh, God. Is this from an annuity salesperson or what? Anyone with retirement savings can purchase a lifetime income annuity contract with an insurance company. Yes, you can. And you can spend a ton of money doing that. So anyone listening to this, great, Stephen. Thanks for your note. It's a great opportunity for me to tell you, please, please, please do not buy any insurance products before you talk to us first. How about that? That's good. This is definitely from someone in the business. Thank you very much. The entire premise of the insurance business is to make things so confusing and convoluted that you don't even realize how much you're paying for the contract. So get in touch with us before you actually purchase any insurance product except term life insurance or except disability insurance. Please do that. Okay. Michael says, I love your show. I'm 61. My wife is 62. We're retired. We've got $1.6 million in traditional IRAs at Fidelity, and they are managed accounts. We don't need the funds for living expenses. So we were 100% equities just up until February 18th. That would be, I believe, the top of the market. With concerns over tariffs, government shutdown, the destruction of the federal government, Russia, Ukraine, general market uncertainty, because of ever-changing policies, I moved everything to government, treasury, money market funds on February 18th. Worry and the loss of sleep was more than I could take. I got out at the peak. Our portfolio's value avoided a $150,000 loss of value. My question, how do I determine when to get back into the market? A little background. No kids, 2 pensions, 14 grand a month. We own our home. with a low interest mortgage. Because of health, they draw their Social Security. They've already drawn their Social Security. It feels good to have avoided the February-March correction. This only has value if I correctly time reentry. I don't think I can stomach 100% equities for a while. 60-40 bond mix would be tolerable. When do I pull the trigger? I'm not a day trader trying to time the market, except Mike, you are, and I love you for this question. You got lucky. It's awesome. So get a plan to get back into the market. And if you're nervous and you don't want to be, I don't think you should be 100% in equities because you just realize why that is so scary. What I would be interested in is you have this money. It's sitting in cash. So, for me, I would probably get a plan to get your money back invested. Maybe you want to do it by the end of the year. Maybe you say, I'm just going to do dollar cost average into a few different funds. I'll make myself 60%. I think he wants to be 60 bond, 40 stock, which is fine. I don't know if he wants to be the other way around, but get a plan and do it every month and make sure that you get your money to work. Of course, if you're lucky enough to get it on the way out, you're never going to be as lucky on the way in. So I know that you're lucky. Make a plan and get that money to work. And be sure to automate this because you're not going to trust yourself. As soon as you have a down day, you're going to be like, no, don't do it. So get it to work. Make it happen. Maybe just do, by the end of the year, if you want to be fully invested, get that going.
It's amazing. He got so spooked, given that they've got no kids. He's got $17,000 a month, basically, in guaranteed income. And yet he got so spooked and pulled it all out.
Well, that's what happens when you're 100% stocks. That's, to me, the real issue. Because once you are 100% stocks, of course, what happens is you are highly sensitized to this feeling of downside, right? That's what happens. If you were 60-40, if you were 60 bonds and 40 stocks, what would have happened is you would have been like, oh, my 40% in stocks has gone down. My 60% in bonds has gone up. Wow, great for me. But, listen, the guy wrote it up. He got lucky. Now get the money back to work. I do it all in one fell swoop, by the way, just me. I'm a wimp, but I would still do it all at once because I'd be like, I'm not going to get lucky twice. All right. Well, listen, we love doing these episodes. And I like to plow through some of the emails. Mark said they are piling up. So I apologize for that, gang. But I love talking to you guys so much. If you've got a question, go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button. And if you want to join us live, check the box. Mark will do everything else. Don't forget that you can subscribe to Jill on Money Live. That's where you'll have access to quarterly live webinars, bonus audio and video content, the back catalog, all for $45 for the next 12 months. So check that out. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Don't forget to put your hands metaphorically on someone's back. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.